I just announced on my Facebook page that I'm not going to be posting much on there anymore. With this latest Facebook privacy change on January 30th, I'm getting a little scared. This company is engaging in very serious privacy breaches, and I'd like to speak a bit more about some of them in case you're unaware. Facebook now tracks everything you read or do on the internet. They use data from your friends to learn private things about you. They have no off switch. Facebook then gives this data to third parties through your use of apps. Every time you use an app, you're allowing Facebook to escape its own privacy policy. When you see a like button on the web, Facebook is tracking that you're reading that page. It scans keywords on that page and then associates them with you. It knows how much time you spend on different sites and topics. And all of this data is used to make highly accurate models about who you are, even if you try to keep some of these things secret. These are statistical techniques which have been used in marketing for decades, and which find correlating patterns between someone's behavior and their attributes. Even if you never posted anything, they can easily work out your age, gender, sexual orientation, and political views. When you post, they work out much more. Then they reveal it to banks, insurance companies, governments, and advertisers. Facebook reads your private messages and the contents of the links that you send privately. They've even used snitching campaigns to obtain private information. Facebook can turn on your mic's phone whenever they want. Based on their track record changing privacy settings, audio surveillance is also likely to start happening without your knowledge. They can use face recognition to track your location through pictures, even those that aren't on Facebook, such as the ones on your mobile phone, which have the time, date, and GPS data built into them. They even track things you type but don't post. Everything you read online, everything someone ever posts about you, all of your private financial transactions, all of your data starts to get combined with your friends' data to make these models more accurate. It's not just about you and your data, but what gets done with it when it's put all together. The issue here isn't what we have to hide, it's maintaining an important right to our freedom, which is the right to privacy, and the right to have a say in how information about us is used. We're giving up those rights forever by using Facebook. If you've ever admitted to something illegal in a private message or mentioned your support for a political cause, this can be used against you in the future. One of the first Facebook investors, called Greylock, has board connections to a CIA investment firm called In-Q-Tel. According to their website, it, quote, identifies cutting-edge technologies to help the CIA and the broader U.S. intelligence community to further their communications, end quote. And if you haven't heard, it was revealed that Facebook data is delivered directly to the PRISM program. Most of this information finds its way into the public anyway. A recent example is RapLeaf, which collected and released personally identifiable information, including Facebook and MySpace IDs. They stopped after serious controversy, but there were other companies who escaped and the bad PR and kept up the same practice. Your data is bought and sold to try by advertising companies. Do you trust law enforcement with this information about you? Because they're buying it too. Mark Zuckerberg himself has been public and consistent to his investors about his intentions. He wants to be the middleman in all personal communications and make all personal communication public over time. That's why they slowly changed the default privacy settings to public. There are loads of privacy breaches that you just can't turn off. And even if you have nothing to hide, you have to worry about the opposite, what Facebook chooses to hide. They censor you as well, selectively showing your comments only to certain people. Facebook filters out your posts based on whether or not members will use Facebook more if they don't see it. Facebook blocks posts based on political content it doesn't like. They block posts about Ferguson riots and other political protests. When Zuckerberg allegedly went a bit nuts and banned the word privacy from meetings at Facebook, it was also blocked from any Facebook posts. He just got an error message about inappropriate content. Facebook goes so far as to let political organizations block your communication. It just takes a few people to mark the same news article as offensive, and it drops from everyone's feed. This is often abused. I could block any article from Facebook by getting a few friends to mark it as offensive. It's cheap and easy censorship. We need to be aware of the agendas of the people behind Facebook, and Google YouTube for that matter. The first board member of Facebook, the politically conservative Peter Thiel, promotes a theory called mimetic desire, which can be used on people's social groups to manipulate their wants and intentions. It feels like Facebook is the only way to stay in touch sometimes, through pictures and comments. It feels like everyone's on there and you're getting a good feed on their life, but in reality, lots of your posts are never seen by anyone. And you miss out on their stuff too. Your Facebook habit also means other people have to rely on Facebook to communicate with you. It actually hurts your relationships with a lot of people because you think you're in touch with them, but you're really not. At best, you're in touch with a filtered version of your friends. Those relationships end up fading, while your relationships with people who make Facebook-friendly posts take their place. Not only does Facebook want to read all of your communication, it wants to control it too. If you've ever used Facebook Contact Sync or used Facebook on your mobile phone, Facebook took your complete contact list, real names, phone numbers, addresses, emails, everything. Then they use that to create shadow profiles of the people who aren't on Facebook. Facebook will store your name and contact information, plus it knows who your friends are because it sees you in the address book. A couple of pictures uploaded with his face, yeah, there you go. Presto, they can identify him in pictures, adding location data from the pictures to the shadow profile. Lots of Facebook's other techniques work on shadow profiles too, and on top of this, they can very accurately infer a lot about a person based on statistical similarities to the person's friends. Like shadow profiles of people, Facebook can infer alike based on other information it has about you, like what you read all over the internet or what you do in apps where you log in with Facebook. This allows them to sell you to more advertisers. Facebook hires the best in the field and are looking to pioneer state-of-the-art artificial intelligence for this. In Europe, Facebook is legally obliged to share exactly what information it has about you, but they refuse. So there's yet another class action lawsuit against them. Through its labyrinth of redefinitions of words like content and data, you're allowing Facebook to collect and expose all kinds of info about you with your permission, they say. You thought those Farmville and Candy Crush game requests were annoying? Every time you saw one, that friend was revealing your information to third parties. On top of this, they allow all the Facebook apps full access to your information, with your name and everything. And even if you never use any apps on Facebook, your friends do. When they use apps, your friends share all your information about you. Finally, I want to explain how this latest privacy change makes things way worse and way more out of control if you stay on Facebook. Facebook is demanding to track what you buy and your financial information like bank account and credit card numbers. You've already agreed to it in the new terms of service. It's already started sharing data with MasterCard. They'll use the fact that you stayed on Facebook as permission to make deals with all kinds of banks and financial institutions to get your data from them. They'll call it anonymous, but like they trick your friends to reveal your data to third parties with apps, they'll create loopholes here too. Facebook is also insisting to track your location via your phone's GPS everywhere and all the time. They'll know exactly who you spend time with, they'll know your habits, they'll know when you call in sick at work but are out bowling really, they'll know if you join an addict support group or go to a psychiatrist or a psychic or a mistress or a doctor. They'll know everything that can be revealed by your location and they'll use it however they want to make a buck. And it'll all be done retrospectively. If you stay on Facebook past January 30th, there's nothing stopping all of your past location and financial data to get used. They'll get your past location data from when your friends checked in with you and the GPS data stored in photos of you. They'll pull your old financial records and add it to your profile to be used as Facebook chooses. It will be sold again and again and likely used against you. It will be shared with governments and be freely available from loads of third-party companies who do nothing but sell personal data and irreversibly eliminate your privacy. This massively empowers these third parties to collect all available information about you, including calculated information that you never revealed. This is a situation where even Facebook itself will have trouble maintaining the privacy of its data. Not that they care. This is unprecedented, and just like you'd never have guessed that Facebook would sell your endorsements when you first signed up in 2009, let's say, it's too hard to predict what Facebook and those third-party data sellers will do with this new power. This is simply a consequence of their business model. Facebook sells you out, because that's exactly how they make money. and they're under heavy pressure from their investors to make lots more. Today, I announced on my Facebook page that I'm ceasing any posting on it, and I'm deleting all of my content off of both that page and my personal one in an effort to just move away from it completely over the next few months to a year. Because, I've spent so much time on there that I've built up a lot of content between posts, photos that I'd like to preserve. So it's going to take me a little while, but I've already ceased posting on it, and now I'm just backing up my stuff, and I encourage you to do the same. So thanks for watching, and I hope you found this informative.